The balance of the doshas is freedom from disease. In context, before, circa 3000 BC. In legend, the Rishi seers of India are gifted Ayurveda by Dhanvantari, the physician of the gods. Circa 1000 BC. The Atharva Veda is the first major Indian text to contain medical guidance. After 13th century, the Dhanvantari Nigantu, a comprehensive lexicon of herbal and mineral Ayurvedic remedies, is compiled. 1971, the Central Council of Indian Medicine is established to oversee training at recognized institutions and develop good practice. 1980s, Ayurvedic practitioners Dr. Vasant Lad and Dr. Robert Svoda and American Vedic scholar David Frawley spread the teachings of Ayurveda throughout America. A preventive and curative medical system infused with a strong philosophy emerged in India between 800 and 600 BC. Called Ayurveda from the Sanskrit words for life and knowledge, it was based on the theory that disease is caused by an imbalance in the elements that make up the human body. Oh, fuck. Damn it! There. Fuck it. Like a dick. Okay. Excuse my language. It was based on the theory that disease is caused by an imbalance in the elements that make up the human body. Interventions and therapies aimed to restore and maintain the body's equilibrium and were adapted to patients' personal, physical, mental, and spiritual requirements. The roots of Ayurveda lie in the Atharva Veda, one of 4 sacred texts of Vedas which enshrine the core beliefs of the civilization that emerged in India in the second millennium before the current era. Providing formulas and rituals for everyday living, the Atharva Veda contains a number of magical religious prescriptions for treating disease, such as the exorcism of evil spirits, but also features less mystical cures, such as the use of herbal remedies. 2 later treatises, the Sushruta Samhita and the Charaka Samhita, further developed the key tenets of Ayurvedic medical theory and practice. The Sushruta Samhita, attributed to the physician Sushruta, who practiced around 500 BC in Varanasi, northern India, is a compendium of Shalya Chikitsa or Ayurvedic surgical methods. It includes guidance on such complex procedures as cataract removal, hernia repair, and setting broken bones, along with hundreds of herbal remedies. The Charaka Samhita, compiled around 300 BC and attributed to Charaka, the court physician, takes a more theoretical approach. Dealing with Kaya Chikitsa or internal medicine, it focuses on the origins of disease. In the 5th century, the body of the Ayurvedic knowledge was increased by the creation of 3 more scholarly works, the Ashtanga Sangraha and the Ashtanga Hridayam, both written by Vagbhata, a disciple of Charaka, and the Boer manuscript named after Hamilton Boer, the British officer who acquired it in 1890. Together, all 6 texts constitute the Ayurvedic medical tradition that has flourished for centuries in Asia and more recently in the West. The elements and doshas. At the heart of Ayurvedic medicine is the notion of harmony and balance between all components of the human body. It is the primary role of the Vaidya, or Ayurvedic physician, to diagnose and correct any imbalances. The body is said to be made up of 5 elements: Akash, space; Vayu, air; Jala, water; Prithvi, earth; and Teja, fire. In the body, certain combinations of these elements manifest themselves as 3 doshas, roughly analogous to the humors of the ancient Greek or Roman medical traditions. These 3 dosha are Vata, Pitta, bile, and Kapha, phlegm. A state of good health and well-being occurs when all 3 doshas are well balanced, but the ideal proportions may vary from person to person. Disease and damaging metabolic conditions occur when the doshas are not in balance. An excessive Vata, for example, can cause problems such as indigestion and flatulence, while a surfeit of Kapha may bring on lung disorders or breathing problems. In Ayurvedic medicine, the body is viewed as a dynamic system rather than a static one, and the way energies flow through the body is as important as its anatomy. Each dosha is associated with a particular form of energy: Vata with movement governing the action of muscles, the flow of breath, and the heartbeat; Pitta with a metabolic system, digestion and nutrition; and kapha with the structure of the body, including bones. The doshas flow from one part of the body to another along porous channels such as rotas. There are 60 main rotas, 3 of which bring nourishment into the body in the form of breath, food, and water. 3 allow for the elimination of metabolic waste products, 2 carry breast milk and menses, 1 is the conduit for thought, and 7 link directly to the body's tissues, the dhatus. Dhatus are rasa, fluids including plasma and lymph, rakta, blood, mamsa, muscle, meta, fat, ashti, bones, maja, marrow, nerve tissue, and shukra, reproductive tissue. The internal balance of the body is also controlled by agni, biological fire, the energy that fuels the body's metabolic processes. The most important aspect of agni is jatharagni, or a digestive fire, which ensures the elimination of waste products. If this is too low, urine, feces, and sweat will build up, causing issues such as urinary tract infections. Diagnosis and treatment. Practitioners of Ayurvedic medicine evaluate the signs of disease by directly observing and questioning the patient in order to devise an appropriate treatment. The main methods of physical diagnosis are measuring the pulse, analyzing the urine and stools, inspecting the tongue, checking the voice and speech, examining the skin and eyes, and asserting the patient's overall appearance. The physician may also examine the marma points on a patient's body. These 108 points are where body tissues, veins, muscles, joints, ligaments, tendons, and bones intersect. They are also junctions between the physical body, consciousness, and the energy that flows. Following a diagnosis, Ayurvedic practitioners select from a number of therapies aimed at correcting imbalances between the doshas or other elements in the Ayurvedic physiological systems. Among these are panchakarma, a multi-step purification process that employs sealed treatment, massage therapy, virochana, the use of laxatives, vamana, induced vomiting, rakta mokshana, bloodletting, basti, enemas, and nausea, nasal treatment to eliminate excess waste. Also prescribed are herbal remedies, which act in a more direct way on the doshas. Of the numerous plant, animal, and mineral ingredients used in these, garlic is considered especially potent. It is used to treat a wide range of conditions, including colds, coughs, and digestive disorders, and as an emollient for sores, bites, and stings. Foodstuffs, including spices, play a major role in Ayurvedic practice by supporting the body's healing process. It says, Vaidya may prescribe dietary changes as part of their holistic, whole person approach to restoring a balance between the mind, body, spirit, and environment. Dietary regulations considers the patient's physical and emotional makeup and their dominant dosha, and practitioners draw on 6 principal tastes as the basis for their recommended regimens: astringent, sour, sweet, salty, pungent, and bitter. The 11th century arrival of Islamic medicine, incorporating earlier Greco-Roman concepts, introduced a new approach, as did the founding of scientific medical schools and modern hospitals in the 19th and 20th centuries. Yet Ayurvedic practitioners remain the primary healthcare providers in India. Today, they cater to around 500 million patients in India alone who use Ayurveda exclusively along with conventional Western medicine. When diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. When diet is correct, medicine is of no need. Ancient Ayurvedic proverb. Safety concerns. In the West, Ayurveda is used as complementary therapy alongside conventional medical care. A few studies and trials have suggested that its approaches are effective, but there are concerns about the safety of Ayurvedic medicines. So largely as food supplements, the presence of metals in them in some makes them potentially harmful. A 2004 study found that 20% of 70 Ayurvedic medicines produced by 27 South Asian manufacturers contain toxic levels of lead, mercury, and arsenic. They have also been shown to work against the effects of Western medicines, so the use should always be supervised by a trained Ayurvedic practitioner. It is more important to prevent the occurrences of a disease than to seek a cure. Sharaka Samhita. Other Indian medical traditions. Ayurveda is not the only traditional Indian medical system. The practice of Siddha medicine, its name derives from the Samil Siddhi, which means attaining perfection, is particularly strong in South India. While also seeking to restore balance in the body, it espouses a duality of matter and energy in the universe that needs to be kept in harmony. Siddha's treatment system has 3 branches: Balavahatam pediatrics, Najunal toxicology, and Nayurvedi ophthalmology. Unani medicine, from a Hindi word meaning Greek, is the descendant of ancient Greek and Islamic medical practices. It aims to keep the humorous blood flow in black and yellow bile in balance. Unani also places great value in the examination of the patient, but regards measurement of the pulse as particularly important.